Your father firmly believed in the American commitment to freedom, justice, equality, and human rights. Most of all, as he said to the U.S. Congress in his speech before the joint houses in 1971, he believed that the United States would never betray a friend. Do you still share your father's faith in the United States after all that has happened?
Yes. I certainly believe that the United States, America, still stands for something. And we stand for that. And we are therefore wedded together in our beliefs. I think that what happened in '86 was a failure of the American system. I think there were personalities or cliques within the system that decided at some point to put us away. I sincerely believe this was a mistake for the Philippines and for the United States. I think that events since then are beginning to show that that is so. The plight of the average Filipino has worsened. Pag-usapan na lang natin ang gulunggong kung gusto mo. And the Americans and the specific interest of the bases, the American bases in the United States, their hold on that has become more tenuous in the last 3 years. And therefore, for the Philippines and for the United States, and I dare say for the Southeast Asian countries for whom democracy is important, for them all, I think this has been a mistake. Now, this is not to say that America has turned on us. Perhaps the powers that be did what they believed was the right thing, having been told what they were told, which unfortunately wasn't true. I just wish, I just hope that they will realize what is truly going on back home. What you and I know, what the country knows, what the average Filipino knows. Life is harder. People are going hungry. The communist insurgency grows worse by the day, no matter what they say. Peace and order in the cities, in the countryside, is getting worse. And no matter how you put it, no matter what ideological buzzwords you care to bring up, that in the end is the measure of the success or failure of your program. And having said that, I will not sit here and tell you how life is in the Philippines. I haven't been there in 3 years. I will ask you, how has it been in the last 3 years? Has it succeeded? Has it failed?
Okay. Can you tell us, therefore, how you feel about the Filipino people in general now, 3 years after EDSA?
No different. I do not believe that what happened at EDSA was, I think it was a terribly well organized. I mean, it was very well done, very well organized. I'm sure there was a core group in that who believed. There were mistakes in my father's administration, for which I'm sure people were hurt. But I do not think, and I didn't think then and do not think now, that that was representative of the majority of the 54 million then Filipinos. I still don't think so. First of all, there was no revolution. I never saw a revolution. We left because we did not want to kill fellow Filipinos. We left the palace to go to Ilocos. We were tricked into coming to Hawaii. And I don't see in that a revolution. I cannot see how that constitutes a revolution. I cannot see, you see, it's impossible for me to differentiate how do I feel about the Filipinos. How do I feel about myself? I'm one of the Filipinos. It's impossible for me to say, I think about Filipinos that way. I think about myself in a certain way. I think about them in the same way. I'm a Filipino. I love my country. I love the people more than, I love my country more than any other place in the world. I've been everywhere. I love my people more than any other people in the world. Perhaps I'm prejudiced. Now, so be it. And no, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, not one tiny little bit. I can't see why it should. They haven't changed. I haven't changed. It's the same.
Is there anything you would like to say to address yourself directly to the Filipino people, perhaps in our own language?
Well, in spite of how far we are, nandito kami ngayon sa Honolulu, malayo-layo kami sa inyong lahat. Nalalaman namin at naririnig namin ang mga nangyayari sa ating bayan. Asahan ninyo na gagawin namin lahat ng kaya namin gawin upang kayo tulungan. But the Filipinos must come to a political maturity at this point in their history. Filipinos must understand that they must exercise their political will for what they believe to be right and what they believe to be just. We know the conditions that they find themselves in now. We know what life is like in the Philippines now. They know much better than we do. They must now exercise their political will, their political energy to make changes, to make their lives easier, better, and correct. And it's a turning point in the history of our country. It's a turning point in the maturity of political maturity of the general populace. And I think, knowing Filipinos as I do, that we will do the right thing.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.